February 28th, and it's tree stand prepping day. And here's what I got. This is a large creek that I use routinely to come in here. So I'm going to be entering in here morning or evening. Now in the morning I'll have to come from this way because the wheat field's that way. In the evening I can come right up here. I'm probably going to hunt this evening first. There's several places where the deer and the hogs are crossing this creek. Primarily they're traveling right along this edge. It's not much of an edge, but it's definitely a slight edge because the canopy and stuff makes more sunlight right in this area than it does back in there. There's a really nice scrape right over here. Matter of fact, I'll walk over there and show you. Like I said, this is February 27th. And this is how you know a primary scrape or a primary licking branch versus one that's done only during the breeding season. It's still active. Now the ground's not tore up as much, but there's footprint or little deer tracks all in this. One of them is a really nice deer. Here's their licking branches. They're still being chewed on. So this is a great, you can kind of see how they're going to travel right through here along this creek edge. Right here, and then the thicker brush here. My stand, boy, I wish I could put it up in that tree, but it's just leaning too much. It's right actually in that tree. So I'm going to be able, actually it's that one right there. I'm going to be able to clear a shot to the scrape, but primarily I'm going to be waiting. Here's another really good track. I'm going to be waiting until he clears the scrape. My tree's right here, and I'm going to clear this shooting lane here. Primarily, this is where I'm going to clear my shooting lane through. I'm going to be right up in this tree, right up in here. It's kind of hard to line my finger up with this camera, but it's going to be right up in here. I'll be sitting in my saddle. The creek is 4 foot from there, and I'm going to have a nice perfect shot. What's nice about this is the wind is usually out of the southeast or south. If it's out of the southeast, it's going to be blowing right like that. The south is going to be blowing over here, and if I get a southwest wind, it's going to be blowing over here, which will booger this for an evening hunt. So I'm going to hunt this with a southeast wind or a south wind. But I really feel like these bucks are using this area pretty good. Since that is easily accessible, and I'm not going to leave a lot of scent, I can hunt this several times, but I'm also thinking about putting a camera up it once I clear these shooting lanes, maybe up in this tree right here. That would give me a 20-yard, 15-yard walk from the creek to that, but I may not. But anyway, that's one of those licking branches I talk about that they use all year long. When you find those, you've got to pay attention. And I'll tell you, come July, August, and really the beginning of September, every dominant buck in this area is going to be hitting and visiting that licking branch. So you don't have to worry about putting minerals out in an area like this, or, you know, for you guys that baiting or anything like that. You've got a natural draw that come September, you're going to be able to take inventory if you want to do that. I'm not. I'm gonna hunt this spot. So, and what I didn't say is right over here is a real nice doe bedding thicket area. I mean, that is thick, nasty, 10 to 12 foot high, brushy, red brush stuff that you can't get a tree stand in, and people just don't hunt. So they really are unmolested in there. But anyway, this is an ideal setup. Creek entry, morning and evening setup, because I only have to walk, what is it, 4 foot, 5 foot. I mean, here you go, folks. I'm climbing up this bank right here, and I'm walking 1, 2, 3, 4 steps to my tree. The scrape is right over there. My first shooting lane is going to be right over there. My second shooting lane is going to be right over there. I've got a really big fork. I mean, this tree's about 2 foot in diameter. I'm going to be getting up above the fork And I'm just going to have a really perfect setup here. The wind's perfect. The deer are already naturally using this area. I got a year-round licking branch in here. Don't get any better than this, folks. Anyway, that's what I'm going to prep now.